Boyd. I am the Director of Volunteer Management for Special Olympics Maryland, and I am your movement host today. We will be working on some flexibility through some yoga poses. Yoga is very good for warm-up, for cool-down, for stretching in between. It can really help open up your lungs, help your muscles kind of get ready for what you're doing. And I'm very excited to be sharing some simple beginner poses with you guys today that you can hopefully add to your repertoire. So to get started for our warm-up, before we get started, I almost forgot the most important part. You guys hear me now. Let's go ahead and do the athlete oath together. Are we all ready?
Yep.
Alrighty, let me win.
Let me win.
If I cannot win,
Cannot win. I'm beating very intent.
let me be brave in the attempt. Thank you, Joe. Joe, always there for me when I need you guys. Alrighty, so to get started, we're gonna start with my personal favorite pose. It's really great for opening everything up. Ben, I'm really killing it out here. So for our warm-up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on our breathing, because breathing is such a vital part of yoga. It helps you focus on your stretches, helps you focus on what your muscles are doing. So for that, I'm gonna ask you guys to pull out your mat or your towel. Go ahead, sit that up on the floor, and we're gonna go over here and we're gonna take a seat. All right, so what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna sit nice and straight on your mat or on your towel. You're gonna wanna straighten your back, try to get your spine as straight as you can. If you're able to sit crisscross applesauce, that's kind of the best way to do it. So you're gonna square your shoulders up. You're gonna sit nice and tall as much as you're able to, and you're gonna push your hands on your knees, all right? So for yoga, when you're breathing, you really wanna take nice, deep, calm breaths. You're gonna wanna pull in strong. You're gonna wanna feel your lungs and your ribs expand as you're bringing in this breath, and then you're gonna wanna let it out slowly. So we're gonna go ahead and do a practice one together. Is everybody ready? All right, nice big breath in. And go ahead and let it out. Alrighty, did everybody kind of feel how their body was moving? Expanded?
I think it's
Yeah. Alrighty, and to kind of complete our warm-up, we're gonna go ahead and do 3 of those together. So everybody set up nice and straight, hands on your knees. Can I move in?
Yeah, you can a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even doing anything.
It's not class. Alrighty. How's that?
Good.
Okay. So you're sitting crisscross applesauce, hands on your knees, sitting up and breathe in. Nice and deep, and let it out. Alrighty, we're gonna do it again. Ready? In. And out. And one last time. In. And out. Alrighty guys, for our first pose, I'm gonna be going ahead and putting all the poses up on this nice little PowerPoint we prepared for you guys. So our first pose is a really good one. It opens up your hips, it opens up your back, it lets your shoulders kind of stretch out, and this is known as the child's pose. So for each pose that we do, we will be holding the pose for 30 seconds and then resetting for 10 into the next pose. So for child's pose, what you wanna do is, you wanna go ahead and be on your knees, and then you're going to move your cat out of the way, and you're going to kind of bend over at your waist, putting your shoulders and your arms out. You want your hands at the edge of your mat, and you just kind of want to rest on your thighs. And if your hips are tight, you can feel free to kind of move your legs further apart to give your hips like kind of a little bit more relief. But basically, you want to look exactly like the lady on the screen. You want to be on and down and looking at your knees, essentially. So we're going to go ahead and hit that pose for 30 seconds. Remember, you're breathing. All right, you guys are doing great. We're halfway there. Alrighty, and that's our 30 seconds. Go ahead and come up. How did everybody feel on that first one? Feel good? Yeah, I'm seeing some nods. Joe's giving me a look. Alrighty, so we are now moving on to our next pose. This is what's known as cat-cow. It's fantastic for your lower back, and it really kind of just helps you stretch everything out in your back, feel better, feel good. And so for cat-cow, we're gonna start up, which is what's in the cat position. So for cat, you're on your knees, you have your arms straight, your shoulders shoulder width apart, as they are. And then you go ahead and you arch your back up. So you look like a cat. That is what you're doing. You look like a cat when a cat is walking and adventuring in life. And then for cow, what you want to do is you want to drop your stomach inward. And as you're dropping your stomach inward, let your head kind of float up to the ceiling. So you're almost looking at the ceiling. And this is what's known as cow. So for cat-cow, you alternate between the two over the course of the 30 seconds. Up being cat, down being cow. I'll be calling, and we're gonna go ahead and get ready in just a second. Alrighty, so everybody go ahead. Let's get in cat, and we're gonna start the stretch. Alrighty, please remember your breathing as we're doing this. We're breathing nice, deep breaths in through our nose, out slowly, and then we're gonna go ahead and slide into cow. You're pushing your stomach down, you're lifting your head up, you're looking at the ceiling, you're enjoying the view, you're enjoying the pasture that you're chilling in as a cow. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring our back up. We are catting, we are hanging out, we're having a great time in our cat world, whatever that means to you, let that mean to you. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go ahead and slide our stomach down. We are lifting our head up. We are back in cow. We are enjoying the way our backs are feeling because they're opening up. We're taking nice deep breaths, and we are done with the stretch. Go ahead and shift back. Everybody still feeling good? Everybody still out there with me, existing? Somebody's on the beach. Somebody figured out how to change theirs to be on the beach. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and reset for our next pose. So for this pose, this is a very popular one. I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably seen this before. This is known as downward dog. So for downward dog, what you wanna do is, you wanna be almost bending over completely, but you wanna keep yourself in almost like a triangle kind of position with your body. So you wanna kind of slide, let me be in the camera. You want to kind of slide yourself backwards, keeping your legs straight and on an angle, and you want to keep your head and shoulders down. So we're going to go ahead and get in that position. You want to keep your heels as close to the floor as you can. So do that to the best of your ability, and go ahead and hold that pose. Remembering your breathing, taking nice, big, deep breaths. You're probably feeling it in your shoulders by now, maybe in your legs. It's totally okay. That's your body saying thank you. We're just taking nice, big, deep breaths as we hold this position. This feels really good after you've gone for a nice long run. It stretches everything out, helps you not kind of be uncomfortable. Alrighty, and we've hit our 30. So what we're gonna do is take your hands and walk your hands back towards your feet. And then you're gonna straighten up. And as you're coming up, kind of shake yourself out. Kind of shake it out. Let your body kind of not be angry again. Shake it out. Feel it everywhere. Alrighty. So moving to our next pose. This one's really nice. It stretches you out in a way that you don't expect it to. You feel it, but it's not too wild and crazy. You're not, on the ground rolling around doing all the wild stuff. So what you're gonna do for this pose, which is known as mountain pose, is you're gonna take your legs and you're gonna put your big toes together, leaving a little bit of space between your heels. You're gonna stand up straight. You're gonna put your shoulders back. You're gonna put your hands out to the side, and you're just kind of gonna hold it. And as you're holding it, try and focus on the feeling in your core If you want to kind of push your hips back a little bit so you feel more of a stretch in here, but this is where you're going to be feeling this stretch. And this is a really good one for remembering your breathing, for working on your breathing. So we're going to go ahead, get your mountain pose ready, shoulders back, and we're going to hit this pose. It almost kind of looks like you're getting abducted by aliens, maybe, looking at it in the screen. Alrighty, guys, go ahead and release. Go ahead again. If you got to shake it out a little bit, shake it out a little bit, get your body going. I'm liking the movement I'm seeing. Alrighty, this next pose is known as triangle pose. So for triangle pose, you're going to want to go ahead and put your feet shoulder width apart. You're going, well, first we're going to go to the left. So for that one, you're going to want to take your right foot, point it out towards your camera. And then with your left foot, you want to point it to the left. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put our hands up and we're going to lean to the left. We're going to lean to the left. If you are able to get to your ankle, go ahead, touch your left hand to your ankle. If not, get as close as you can to feel the stretch. You're keeping your right arm nice out and open. We are looking at that right hand, and we are going to go ahead and hold this pose, remembering your breathing. You should be feeling it in your side. You should be feeling it in your hips, and it should just be feeling so nice and open. With those nice, big, deep breaths, keep your hips straight if you're able to. You guys are doing so great. I see everybody holding on, holding in. That's awesome. And we're breathing. And we're coming out. And we are straightening ourselves out. And we're going to go ahead and do the right now. So for triangle pose to the right, what you want to do is point your left foot to the front. You're going to point your right foot to the right. And once again, you're going to have your arms nice out and open. And you're going to go ahead and bend at the waist to the side. If you're able to get your right hand to your ankle, go for it. If not, don't worry about it. Get as close as you can to feel the stretch. You got your arm up, and we're going to go ahead and hit this pose, guys. Once again, just remembering your breathing, keeping your head up, looking at your left arm. I had to remember the difference between my left and my right for a second there. You should be feeling it in your side once again. Maybe you're probably feeling it in your shoulders at this point. But you guys are doing so great. Thank you all for holding out and hanging in there. And we're breathing nice and deep. Trying to keep track of our time. Alrighty, and we're gonna go ahead and straighten up. Alrighty, how's everybody feeling? Is everybody kind of feeling it in like this area of the world? It's nice though, I promise. It's a good feeling when you're done and you're like, cool, I did that today. Alrighty, so this next pose is a really cool one. I think it looks cool, but it also feels really cool. And it's a good one for kind of getting into, I like to use it as getting into like a mental stance for like a game, or for like a challenging practice. Like it's the warrior pose, it's a strength pose. So what you're gonna do now is we're gonna start to the left. You're gonna go ahead and put your left leg out, bending at the knee, but you wanna make sure, it's almost like a lunge position, but you kind of same idea of a lunge. You wanna make sure that your knee is not going past your foot. You're pointing your left foot to the left, you're pointing your right foot out, straight towards the camera, and then you're squaring your shoulders, putting your shoulders out, looking to the left, and you're holding the pose like this. You can get as low as you want to feel it, and just make sure that you are focusing on your breathing once again. So we're gonna hit the left warrior pose. Alrighty, you guys are doing great. We're already halfway there through this one. All right, and go ahead and reset. We're coming back to the middle, okay? Keeping your legs shoulder width apart. We're gonna go ahead and move into warrior pose to the right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bend our knee, getting into an almost lunge position. We're keeping our left leg straight, pointed out. We're keeping our right leg bent, our knee not going past our foot, our right foot pointed to the right. We've got our shoulders up and out. We are keeping everything straight. We are looking to the right. And let's go ahead and hit the warrior pose to the right. Right, and everybody's taking nice, big, deep breaths as we hold this pose. We are almost finished with this one, and go ahead and reset. Great job, guys. Now, this one is a lot of fun too. I say that about all of them. That's because I honestly really like all these poses. I was very excited to put together this compilation for you guys. But this one is what's known as the standing side bend. We're gonna do it to the left first, as we have been. So you're gonna go ahead and put your legs straight together, big toes touching, a little bit of space between your heels. You're gonna put your arms up, and we're gonna drop this arm down, and we're gonna bend to the left. I'm gonna back up a little bit more so you guys can see me better. So we're bending to the left. We're taking our right arm, keeping it straight, and kind of reaching over to our left side to say hello to it, to greet it. And we're gonna feel it in this hip and through this side, through the left side of our body as we do this stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and hit the standing side bend to the left. Alrighty guys, we are halfway there. You guys are doing great, making sure we are breathing nice and deep. Alrighty guys, go ahead and come back to the center. We are straightening up, and now we're gonna hit the standing side bend to the right. I promise that's supposed to be pointing to the right. It's okay. So for this one, same idea. We are putting our feet together, keeping our big toes together, a little bit of space between our heel. We are taking our right arm and keeping it at our side, and we're taking the left, and we are stretching to the right side. Stretching to the right side, we are saying hello to our right side, keeping our arm nice and straight, and we're gonna go ahead and hit the standing side bend to the right. Alrighty guys, great job. We're gonna go ahead and come out of it, kind of shake yourself out, feel it. Everybody's feeling it. It's a little bit of a nice stretch. You get it, you feel it all through your body. That was our last pose for today. So what we're gonna do now as our cool down is we're gonna go ahead and get back on our mats. We're gonna sit crisscross applesauce if you're able to. We're going to put our hands on our knees. And once again, guys, we're gonna take those nice 3 big deep breaths in as a team, as athletes, as staff working together. We're gonna go ahead and sit up straight. We're gonna put our shoulders down, and we're gonna take a nice big breath in. And go ahead and let it out. And again in. And out. And one last time for me, we're going in. and out. Alrighty guys, well thank you so much for joining us today for this edition of Movement. I hope you guys enjoyed the poses. I hope you guys kind of learned some new things to have in your toolbox for when you're competing. I have been Sam Boyd, though if you didn't like this session, I am not Sam Boyd, I'm kidding. But thank you guys so much. Please remember to tune in next week, next Friday at noon for another movement session with another exciting host. I hope you guys really had a lot of fun today, and thank you guys for joining.
Thank you, Sam.
Sam, good job.
Thank you, Sam. What time is next Friday?
Same time every week, Joe.
Who's this young lady?
That was Jesse.
Young lady, I don't know about that.
My buddy Jesse. I wish you. Well, are you online, my friend? You know what that lady? I mean, Jesse, who's this young lady right here, Jesse? You know that young lady?
No.
No.
This is my fantastic.
Go.
See everyone later.
Bye.
Bye.
And night.
Why do we do this?